Welcome to Stability. I'm Katie, this is my husband Kevin, and we're here to help you on 3 key aspects of stability and fall prevention. That is working on our posture, our balance, and the strength in our body to go through different functional fitness and movements. So today we're going to just go ahead without a whole lot of talking about each exercise and what it specifically pertains to. But we're going to actually create another video that has a lot of information about why we do certain exercises, which ones we need to pay attention to, and how to correct your posture. But for today, let's just dig straight in. Everything's going to be done either sitting on a chair or standing near a chair. You can sometimes not be using the chair for balance if you don't need to, but have it nearby. And let's start. Make sure you're in a chair that preferably doesn't have arms on it. If it has, we can make do. But we want to be in a chair where we can sit quite upright with our feet flat on the floor. That means we're not back here. This is not going to work. You can do that before or after. Let's come a little bit forward on our chair so our feet are flat on the floor and our feet are about hip distance apart. Let's look down for a second. Are your feet turned out a little bit to the sides? Let's see if we can bring them in a nice alignment like your footprints would make the number 11 in the sand. There we go. And just start with our posture. Make sure we're in a good position seated here. Let's just lightly roll back the shoulders. Try to take that hunch out of the upper back. Do a little bit of a check with what we call a chin check. You put your fingertips on your chin and you just put your palm against your upper chest. If you have your head forward in any way, this is going to let you know that that's true. Nothing of this is rigid, it just feels balanced with the spine aligned with the head. And now we're ready to start. And I'll cue you back to do that posture check as we go forward. Hands on the thighs. We're just going to start with a very simple twist today. We're going to draw back the hand on the right side and turn and look to the right. Pull that shoulder back gently. Don't hold your breath. Come to the front. Other side, draw the hand back, twist and look. Low back relaxation. Inhale, exhale, turn. Nice and slow, come to the front. Big breath in, lift up the spine. Exhale and turn. Come to neutral there. One more time, each direction. Inhale and exhale, come into your twist. Shoulder comes back. Look forward. Exhale, turn the upper body. We're not too much in the neck. We're not trying to be owls. We're just looking to the side. And let's come back to centered position. Staying with the low back and just loosening up that tension we often end up with. Let's just start with some torso circles. So press through the feet. Press into the ground. You can have shoes on, that's okay. Lean to one side. Swoop forward nice and slow. Lean to the other side and come up. Changing directions. A little bit of a lean. Swing through and up to center. This time I'm going to cue you for feet as well. Nice and tall. Lean to the right. Push through the right foot. And swing through. As you come over to the left, push through the left foot, come up. Do you feel your lower body supporting the change on weight distribution? Push through the feet as you lean to that side. Keep going back and forth. So one more time, push through that foot, swing through, push through the other foot, and swing back. I forgot to come to upright. Even we make mistakes. And come to center. Posture check. Make sure you're not hunched up like this. Bring it up. Bring it nice and tall. Lift through the crown of the head. And now we're just going to focus on the legs for a minute. Starting with the right leg, we're just simply going to lift and straighten the leg any amount and lower back down. And lift and lower. Okay, it doesn't have to be very high. If you're barely lifting your foot off the ground, you're way down here. You're using the same muscles. You're doing the same exercise. You're just gradually going to build the strength to come a little higher with your foot. Nice and slow. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more set. And we're going to change that out a little bit. Instead, we're going to keep the knee bent and lift the knee towards the chest. You can support this with your hands if you want to. It's just whatever you can manage to lift a knee and bring it back down. Other side, lift, bring it back down. Want to hold on to the chair for a little extra stability, that is absolutely fine. Some people like to put pressure into their hands and get more of an abdominal workout of this as well. As soon as you put pressure into your hands, you can feel your abs engage. Kevin's giving a little squeeze to get a little deeper in the stretch. Let's try that. Let's just hug the knee to the chest, slow it down, and put it down. Lift, hug the knees to the chest, and put it down. Quad strength, so important. I'm going to change it out a little bit. I'll tell you right now, I have had a bad accident when I was a child, and so I have a fused ankle. So I will cue you for moving your feet. I'm only demonstrating on one side for that. Okay, so let's lift up that right knee towards the chest. You can hold and support that if you want to there. And then we just flex the toes towards the shin. Push like you're pushing a wall away. Point the toes and put the foot down. Same side, let's just stay with that. Hold on to the chair if you want a little extra balance. Knee up, flex the toes, push away, point, and down. Other side, watch Kevin's got the flex for this. Knee up, flex the toes, push away, point the toes, and down. Up, flex, push, point, and back down. So good. Pumping circulation throughout the body. So we've been doing a lot of knee up things. Let's just change it up a little bit by going into recline. This is the only time we're going to do this in this class, where we lean back. We're a little bit more relaxed here. Hands to the sides of the chair. Get yourself anchored here, and knee up as high as you can. We're going to just march through this. You can feel that extra freedom in your hips to actually get some motion there. Squeeze and lift and lift. If it's too much for your tailbone, don't be so reclined. Once you get in that low sacrum tailbone area, sometimes it's just a lot especially if you're not in a soft chair. Okay, just two more. There we go. And let's pause and come back to upright. Little posture check. Roll back the shoulders, nice and strong, seated up. Forward fold is next. We're just going to step our feet just a little bit further apart. Give ourselves a little more space here. Maybe even lined up with the legs of your chair if you want to. Okay, and we're just going to be nice and tall, and we're just going to go into our forward fold. As we go into our forward fold, this is not a curl up, okay? Hands on the thighs. Tuck the elbows in nice and tall and come forward any amount. Press through the hands. Lower the shoulders. Now come on up, use your hands if you need to for extra support, and raise back up. Let's just float that out a few times. Inhale tall, exhale, come on down. Come on up again, big breath in, exhale, fold down. Can you just hover your hands and use your core strength to come back up? If you can't, just use your hands the minimal amount. We're going to go progressively deeper into this, and you decide if you're at the spot you need to stop. Putting your feet a little further apart. Okay, we're still coming into that forward fold, making sure we're up on our seat bones here, and we're just going to lower the shoulders down. Coming into your forward fold. Maybe your hands are coming all the way down to your feet. Deep in the fold, take a breath. We're not going to stay here long. Okay, press through the hands and come on back up to upright. Let's bring those feet back in alignment with the hips, nice and tall. That's so good. Everybody wants to touch their toes, easier in a chair, that's for sure, right? But we work towards it. So we're going to go into a seated cat-cow. This is a spine suppleness, okay? And we do that, usually in yoga, they do this on their hands and knees. Kevin's gonna give you the side view because you can really see what's going on with the spine there, okay? So we're taking our hands out in front. Take a deep breath in Exhale completely. Inhale, swoop the hands back towards the shoulder and sway the spine. Exhale, push the wall away. Tuck the chin, roll the shoulders. Inhale, sway. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, sway. Exhale, press away. Tailbone focus now. Lift the tailbone, sway the spine, tuck the tailbone, roll the spine and shoulders. One more time. And come to neutral. If you've been sitting a lot, you can always do that. No matter what chair you're in, airplane, car, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's make sure we're back in that upright position, ready to move, because we have old habits of how we sit. We're going to come into a leaning forward position next, but we're not going to go very far. Focus is on balance in lower body. Arms come forward. Let's take a little lean forward. Now we're going to take it over to the right. Push through that right foot and find the balance. Take it over to the left, pushing through the left foot. Swaying back and forth. As you push through that foot, do you feel your lower body adjusting for the weight distribution? One more time, each side. Push through that foot. Push through that foot. Come back to neutral. Come back. Did that feel a little tight in your low back? Let's do a couple of cat-cows. Sway and push. Loosens up the low back so nicely. Do these 10 times a day and your low back will feel entirely different. Let's come back to neutral. We're going to stand up, but we're going to stand up properly, so don't do that yet. Okay, so we're going to stand up in a nice, strong, stable position. Instead of doing things with a lot of weight change on our feet. Okay, so we're going to do that. Let me just tell you this to start with. A lot of people stand up by putting an awful lot of weight forward, putting their hands on their knees even, and then the weight distribution has them ready to fall right about here. And then they come up. Okay, that's because of weakness in muscles. We're going to work on that. Or the other way they do it is with momentum. It looks like this. Okay, again, what a bad weight distribution and a fall hazard right there. So let's get stronger and better about getting out of a chair. First of all, you come forward on your chair. You're in your lazy boy, you come forward in your chair. Let's bring the toes underneath the knees. Okay, so maybe we bring our knees forward, maybe we tuck our toes a little bit. Now nose over toes, not way out here, nose over toes. So I've created this real concentrated weight distribution between the feet. Okay, hands on your thighs or on the sides of the chair. What we do is we think we're going up, not forward. Let's do it. Go up. Okay, and stand. If you felt like you were wobbly or that was really difficult for you, likely you're missing some muscle strength, but it's so easy to build. Do this 3 times a week. You're going to make a difference. Let's step back until we feel the chair against the back of our legs. Okay, little hinge at the hips, little hinge at the knees. We know the chair's there because we felt for it with our legs. And we go down, not forward. Down. Maybe putting the hands on the chair as we come down. Okay, you're probably just about in the perfect position to go back up again. Knees over toes, feet stepped apart, nose over knees. You can try with hands or try freehand if you wish, and come on straight up, straight up, straight up. And there you are. All right, let's do some stuff standing, but continue to work on that. Each time you get out of your chair in the day, think of right position for doing that instead of just doing your old habits. Here we are standing. Another hazard of that accident is I end up with one leg a little bit shorter than the other. So for exercise, I just usually prop up like this. It's a nice, easy way to take care of that. Let's come into a good standing position here. Feet are about hip distance apart. If you feel wobbly, put a hand on a chair or step it a little bit wider. Okay, make that choice. Nice and tall, roll back the shoulders. Let's do a posture check standing up now. Hands to the ears, elbows wide. Take a deep breath, and this draws our head in alignment with the spine, and then swing the elbows forward on the exhale. Inhale wide. Do you feel the stretch upper chest? Exhale. One more. Inhale wide. Lower the hands to side body. You should be very balanced. Weight evenly into each foot. Nice alignment, nice posture. We're going to just do a little rock the boat. Try to find a focal point. Don't look down. And you can put a hand on a chair if you need extra. Okay? Just shift the weight over to your left leg and then shift the weight over to your right. Feel your muscles adjusting. Very slow. Shift. Almost like this one's coming up onto toes. And then shift. It's called rock the boat. You probably feel it on the outside edges of your hips as you're working on the stability. And shift. Last one. There we go. Let's come to neutral. We're going to take a stride forward and look for balance in that stride. But first we'll do the thing I just forgot. We're going to turn as we're standing. One of the things people do is sometimes they look over their shoulder or start talking to a friend while they're walking and they start to lose the balance. So let's stand nice and tall and just draw one shoulder back, look over to the right, and come back to neutral. Don't hold your breath. Exhale, turn to the left. Back to neutral. One more time each direction. And we're going to do it mid-stride next. So come on over this way and come to neutral. Feet are nice and parallel. When we take a step forward right now, I want you to make sure that's true. What we don't want to see is people coming into a tightrope position where one foot is in the front of the other. That's a great exercise. That's not what we're doing now. So just step that right foot forward and come into a stride, not too big. Okay, it's like you just took a step, like you're going somewhere. You took a step. Okay, now once we're here, let's get our weight distribution proper. We don't want to have all our weight on our back foot and we don't want all our weight forward. Find your balance. Use a chair if you need to, but find that center balance. Find a focal point. Holding tall here. Let's lift the hands in front, holding tall, and lower the hands. Out like an airplane. Deep breath in. Exhale. Any amount behind, bringing the shoulders a little bit forward. Press through the feet, spread out the toes, and come back to neutral. What if we look at this point over to our right? Just look over to the right. Hold the chair if you need to. That's a balance, isn't it? What if you were talking to a friend and they were over to your left? And come back to neutral. And let's bring the weight to that back leg. So feel like you've just got that little bit of a shift, supporting on the left, and bring the foot alongside. Other foot in front. Just to make sure we work both sides of the body. So we step forward and we put the toes down, we put the heel down. And we make sure we have that space this way between the feet. Okay? If you have to look down at all, just put a hand on a chair for an extra balance, then bring those shoulders up. Find the balance between both feet. Not back, not forward, center. Focal point. Square out the shoulders, lift the arms in front. Big breath in, exhale. We're just challenging balance by changing some of the weight. Out like an airplane, lift it up. Exhale, lower. Here's the challenge one. Taking the arms behind, shoulders come forward a little bit. And come back to center. And now, without sticking your arms in any direction whatsoever, we're just gonna look over to the left. Just turn the upper body and take a look. And come to center, and turn the body and take a look. And back to center, stepping the foot back alongside the other one, and coming into neutral. A lot of issues people start to have with a backward step. I'm going to tell you how to practice it, and then I'll tell you why it's important. So we're just going to take that right foot back, but you're not just going to step back, okay? No commitment to this. What you're going to do is reach back with that foot and put the toe down, and then put the heel down and move the weight back. Other foot, put the toe down, then put the heel down and distribute the weight. See the security in your body? Let's come forward the same way. Shift the weight forward, free up that back leg, Step into the toe and step down. Step into the toe and step down. Let's lead with the other foot now. Okay, as we step back, toe down, heel down, move your weight back. Toe down, heel down, move your weight back. And let's walk it forward. Very, very briefly, as people step backwards, they lose the proprioceptors telling them where their body is and what they're up to. And they often commit and they go over because they actually are not landing with any strength. As we practice, put our toe down, put our heel down, we start to train the brain in backward steps again. Okay, let's go back to our chair to finish what we're up to today. Just come on through and step to the chair. Remember, we're going to do this properly. If you're already seated down, you've got to come back up and come down properly. Okay, feel the chair in the back of your legs. Make sure you know the chair is there now. You know you're in a good position. No mystery. Hinge a little at the hips, hinge at the knees, and come straight down. Maybe you put your hands down to hold onto the edges of the chair, and you lower yourself down. There you go. Get our feet back in nice position here. Going to do a little bit of strength building. Oh, I think I moved my chair way over. There we go. I'm going to do a little bit of strength building here and just work on our hips. So one of the things we're going to do is opening the hips to the side and then bringing the knee back in alignment. Okay, that's a very simple. We still lift our knee like we did earlier, but then we open any amount out to the side and then we bring it back. Let's do that twice each side and then repeat. Open and bring it back. Other side. Looking for that flexibility. So maybe your motion is very small. This is all you got right now. You still just work towards that range of motion. Oh, that was 3. Now we have to do 3 on this side. I lose count when I talk. And open. And open. I don't know if we've done evens even. No. 2 more this side and then we'll call it done. There we go. 1 and 2. Okay. And then next strength building is core strength. So important if you have low back issues, you're trying to move effectively through the day. We're going to do something it's called a seated oblique crunch. A lot of people call this an elbow knee crunch because what we're going to be doing is trying to take our elbow towards our knee and our elbow towards our knee, lifting the knee. Let's come on, nice and upright, hands to the side of the head. Don't be grabbing your head and just turn, lift that knee. Turn, lift that knee. We have epic music like we're on some weird quest and I don't know why we have to run like this. Back and forth, don't hold your breath. We don't care if your elbow touches your knee. That's directional. I could do it like this instead. If you have shoulder issues, just drop that shoulder instead of having your arms up high. Back and forth. 2 more. There we go. And come to neutral. We're going to do some feet and ankle things. Very important. Put this throughout your day. You're sitting watching a show. Do some of these. It's really important. Kevin's going to demonstrate much better than me. But we just have our feet underneath us here. We're just going to lift up onto the toes. Then put the feet down and pull the toes up towards the shins. You're going to find the right position for your foot in front of you, toes, and then up. Press through. And if you put your hands here, just lean forward a little bit, you can feel how hard your calf muscles are working as you flex. We're just going to do this for a few minutes, your pace. People end up with circulation problems below the knee, edema in the feet and ankles. All those fluids depend on this motion to pump everything back up to the heart, to the organs, to get cleansed out of the body. So if you're having issues with that, here's your pump. Here's what you can do to move those fluids back up into your internals. There we go. Let's pause. And our final thing for today will be an actual exercise in knee lifting. This is to help with chairs and cars and booths and everything else. Okay, so if you're just sitting here and I ask you to lift both knees at once, it's just not, right? There's just nothing there. I get that. And you won't be probably doing this if you're in a big class and you don't have this, but I want you to go home and next time you sit at your dinner table, I want you to think and remember this moment, okay? So here I am. I can't lift my knees without rocking my body. I just can't. I can lift one, but not both. If I put my hand on the tables and I press down on the table, I can lift and lower. And the core workout that gives me is amazing. A little bit of information, not too much exercise right now. But here's one of the things you can do along with me. You're at a booth, but you're not, I know. And we're going to open up the hip to this side. Open it to the side. I'm going to put my hands here, really help that other knee come alongside. Or you're in a car, same motions, right? We've done a hip opener, we've done a hip closer, and now we press wherever we can. We tuck the toes under, knees over toes, nose over knees, and we come up out of that booth or chair or car with elegance and grace. Those are my two best friends, elegance and grace. Oh, look at me getting down into a chair without even trying. Nudge your feet, your legs back towards your chair. And let's just think, hinge, hinge, straight down and sit down. Finishing off our class today, we're just gonna do a nice big lung stretch, shoulder stretch. We're gonna inhale wide, expand the arms, squeeze through the shoulders, exhale, wrap the arms around, tuck the chin and roll up, curl up like a little bundle. Come back up to neutral. Take a look at which arm's on top because you will do this every single time. Same arm on top. Inhale wide. Big breath in, other arm on top. Exhale, curl up, roll up, and come up to neutral. And that's a class. I hope you find time to do these classes 3 times a week. It will change your functional fitness on the daily. And also, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're going to add more videos and even a video of stability that has a lot of information about posture, balance, posture correction, and why we do these exercises. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for prioritizing your tomorrow. See you later.